It's been nearly 11 weeks since the remnants of Hurricane Helene just ravaged parts of western North Carolina.
The road to recovery will take months, if not years, but the outpouring of support for the people impacted has been extraordinary. Amid the countless volunteers, private pilots took to the skies in record numbers, flying with their personal planes loaded with relief supplies to hard-hit areas.
And while the bulk now of those flights now have ended, a historic one took to the skies on a special holiday mission. And Chief Transportation Correspondent and pilot herself, Mackay Bueller, with photojournalist Brian Christensen, were invited to fly along.
It's an amazing piece of history.
She is 79 years old and goes by the Spirit of Freedom at nearly 28 feet tall. With a wingspan of over 117 feet, she weighs 66,670 pounds at her heaviest. The tonnage includes more than just cargo. If airplanes have a soul, this one embodies a heart of gold. A workhorse powered by compassion and 4 radial engines, she has blessed countless lives around the world. This vintage warbird, the Douglas C-54 Skymaster, is one of only 2 left flying in the United States.
I fell in love with a C-54 when I was only 6 years old.
Pilot Commander Tim Choop founded the Berlin Airlift Historical Foundation. It's a nonprofit dedicated to preserving the memory and the legacy of the greatest humanitarian and aviation event in history.
As I got older and realized what the Berlin Airlift was all about, so I thought it would be a good idea to create maybe an onboard museum exhibit inside of a C-54.
Oh, if airplanes could only talk, the stories this one would tell. Back in 1948 and 49, she carried survival supplies and candy during the Berlin Airlift. And then all these years later, carrying toys to the children of western North Carolina, those who have been affected by Hurricane Helene. So her goodwill missions go on and on. It was 1948 when the Soviet Union blocked all land and water access to West Berlin, cutting off over 2 million Berliners from survival supplies. The only way in was by air. Rather than allow the people to starve, President Truman sent American cargo planes alongside the British Royal Air Force to deliver 2.5 million tons of food over a 15-month period.
And even supply the kids who waited on a certain hill.
200,000 planes were involved, landing every 35 seconds with 700 flights a day. And this particular C-54, yes, this very plane, was one of them. And today she continues her relief efforts under different circumstances. The C-54 is flying donated gifts from North Carolina's Lincolnton School District to Asheville. State Senator Ted Alexander helped organize the operation known as Air Gift.
Just to see and to know that this plane helped so many people back in the Berlin Airlift is really gratifying, and to see the parallel between what was done here for Hurricane Helene and this, it really makes my day.
I think this is really neat to, show off to the public a feat of engineering that is still flying today.
I grew up in Berlin and was familiar with the candy bomber since I was a little girl. We saw that they were taking toys to the kids in Asheville. Those kids have lost everything, and we absolutely had to be here today.
The plane is loaded up, final pre-flight checks complete. As we take off for Asheville, North Carolina, Toys for Tots organizer Chet Allen,
this plane load of toys has just really meant a whole lot to us,
is waiting at the airport there with volunteers to receive the gifts, knowing they are sorely needed.
I drove through Swannanoa, which is one of the worst hit parts of Asheville. Trailer parks completely gone, people living in tents. These kids that are living in these tents deserve toys. I struggle with the feeling of the kids and the families that don't have anything, that have been wiped out. But I feel joy because we're going to be able to bring some joy to the kids.
And finally, the last leg of Operation Air Gift.
11, right here.
The distribution of gifts to parents of children in need.
Western North Carolina's been through so much, trying to rebound from really bad things that have happened. So it's just a great thing. It means a lot to me and my family, and I appreciate everything.
Longtime Western North Carolina Toys for Tots coordinator Ruth Holbert.
We're doing the dry food just to help any and every family that's been affected by the storm.
Well, it's a relief. It helps, you know, in the midst of hard times, being able to receive gifts from everybody else.
Normally we serve 4,500 children in the 6 counties. This year we're serving 20,000.
Thank God. God bless them, and it's such a blessing, so big of a blessing that think that they could help everybody.
It's a feat I wasn't sure whether we would be able to pull off, and to have the plane fly in here with toys, and it was a museum, and my volunteers loved it. So we're going to make sure no child goes without something.
From the Berlin Airlift in the 1940s to Operation Air Gift in 2024, the Spirit of Freedom's mission remains the same.
It was a message of hope that people do care. And that was probably the high point of today, showing people that we still care.
Reporting in Asheville, May K. Beeler, Queens City News.
Okay, y'all have a very Merry Christmas. Thank you.
What a cool story there. The Spirit of Freedom will be flying to the coast over Dare County on Sunday, airdropping treats as the Candy Bomber.
Wow. The Berlin Airlift Historical Foundation is a nonprofit group that exists to educate the public, to offer support, and to donate to Toys for Tots. If you want more information, you can go to our website at qcnews.com.